She's a beautiful, talented Indy. Indy is an avid homesteader, forager, educator, herbalist, a food justice activist. She is currently pursuing her master's degree in acupuncture and is a resident and herbalist at Eagle Rock Farm in Swannanoa, where she is specialized in medicinal mushroom cultivation. Give a big applause to Indy and welcome her to the stage.
Hey guys. Hi. I'm going to read a short story about growing up in North Carolina, and I did grow up in North Carolina. A lot of times when people ask me where I grew up, I kind of list off, some cooler cities and states on the West Coast, places that I've spent brief amounts of time, because there is some sort of strangeness around having been in this iteration of my existence as a brown person growing up in the Deep South, or what I consider to be the Deep South. So I'm going to read a short story that describes a little bit about what my experience was like and how the woods somehow guided me away and then back home. This story is called A Forest as Black as Me. I was 7 years old when I found out I was black. Oh, and this story is funny. Like, you can laugh. I just want to... Okay, cool. Just gonna put that out there. Cool. All right. A Forest as Black as Me. I was 7 years old when I found out I was black. It was Jacob Glastonbury who informed me. On the playground by the tire swing. His hair was the color of dark autumn rain, flooding golden cornfields, with the solstice sun suspended in the broken sky. He always smelled like kerosene and lies and smoke from his dad's pickup truck. Jacob Glastonbury had a small circle of my classmates standing around him, each with their palm outstretched, and he dutifully doled out singular Sour Patch Kids to each of my friends. "Yellow for you, Lindsay," he said, "because your hair is yellow. Edwin, you get green because you have green eyes." Following suit, I stretched out my palm toward him, hoping for the orange one, the taste of red number 40 already on my tongue. I longed to have fingers coated in crystalline preservatives and palms sticky with corn syrup and fructose juice. "You can't have one because you're black," Jacob said. "We don't have black Sour Patch Kids." And his words, they hung in the air, stagnant and heavy like some Louisiana night. I could feel tears pushing past the levee of my eyelashes, felt them falling down my cheeks like cold winter rain, tracing rivulets down a foggy window pane. I pushed past Jacob and his kerosene tongue, and pushed past the old tire swing, and pushed past the oak trees and through the goldenrod field, and past the pine trees and into the rhododendron, and into the place where we weren't supposed to go, into that dark place, into that place as black as me, into the woods. Into the woods where you couldn't hear the bell ring, and you couldn't see the playground, and you couldn't smell the Sour Patch Kids, and couldn't taste that metallic flavor of embarrassment and shame on your tongue anymore. But in the woods, I became black like Jacob said, engulfed in midday's shadow, where pine trees offered their darkness unto the forest floor and let me sink in the depth of their beauty. And rhododendron let me climb upon its shoulders like some older brother would, so I could reach my black, soil-stained palms toward the open sky. And western winds sang gentle hymns as they caressed the tops of black cherry trees. And the stream flowed with midnight black water. I could taste the gilded drops of sunlight as they squeezed through the continuum of the place where night meets day. And I watched the holy matrimony of a black spider and an oak limb as she weaved a glistening web, invisible if not for the blackness of the tree. And I tasted dew from the moss covering the black stones and watched black ants march down the length of a black fallen branch, a black parade in a silent forest. I've always found something honest in the blackness of a forest, the way mist clings to the blue-black sky like a whispered prayer, the way sunlight bows in the presence of shadows and drips from the edges of black pine needles. Finally, I felt proud that the forest was as black as me. I emerged from the woods a silhouette. All that was dark was contained within me, the beauty in the absence of light. Through black existence, light was surely promised. Jacob came to me at the edge of the woods, with our teacher in tow, and smiled at me through gapped teeth and violet eyes. "Sorry I called you black," he said. "I'm supposed to give you a Sour Patch Kid now." I told him I didn't want his damn Sour Patch Kids anymore, and I knew my mom wouldn't be thrilled that I'd said damn in front of our teacher, but I was a shadow. I was a shadow barreling through blind night, and I was the midnight sun, trading places with the waning moon. And it was 1999, and I just became black for the first time. There was beauty in the darkened woods, and I was enamored with the starless sky. I couldn't be bothered with artificially sweetened candy and boys who smelled like pipe tobacco and scorched smiles and tire swings and yellow hair. Not now and not anymore. Because I was 7 years old, and I knew that the forest was as black as me.
Wow. Right? I need a deep breath every time. Every time.
Let's do it.
That was
Let's do it again.
beautiful. All right. We're taking a deep breath. Everybody in and out. Give it up for Indy. So powerful.